hop out. We be doing things that we don't talk about. Don't say too much, keep a lock mouth. If they ask, we don't know what they talking about. We was just vibing, 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 we was just vibing.
Hello and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Keisha. Thank you guys for being here today. If you watched my last video, then you know that I had a special surprise trip coming up, and that's exactly what I'm preparing for right now. I literally leave tomorrow after work. I have to drive to the airport. I'm off work at 5:30, drive to the airport, and then my flight leaves at 8 p.m. So it's gonna be a whirlwind. I haven't packed yet. I'm really nervous about packing because my flight only allows me to have a personal item, which I've never been in this position before. I've always at least gotten a carry-on, so I don't know how this is gonna work. I'm just hoping that everything magically fits with no issues. I'm kind of pushing it a little bit because this is technically a carry-on, but also it's small enough that it can fit under the seat. Let me tell you a little bit about this trip. I leave 8 p.m. tomorrow night. I arrive in the Edmonton airport at like 10:40 p.m. and then I get on another flight and I fly to Toronto and arrive in Toronto at like 6:30 in the morning or something. So it's a red-eye flight. Gonna be super uncomfortable. I'm definitely gonna bring a melatonin. I've never taken one before since I was like a kid, so I'm hoping it works for me so I can sleep on the flight. We have to find a hotel, which we are not booking until landing in Edmonton. Probably try and book on hotel tonight and see what we can find. Hopefully something decent. And who am I going with? If somebody told me a year ago that I would be going on a trip with my stepdaughter's mother, I would be very confused, because it's not that we've ever had a bad relationship, but we never really got close until, I guess, this recent summer. We finally had a breakthrough with each other and it's been really wonderful. It's been a huge relief because, I mean, blended families is just a stressful situation to be in. So when everyone gets along, it just makes it so much better. It's especially good for the children involved. Like, that's the most important thing, is that when the kids see that everyone's getting along and everyone likes each other, it makes them really happy. I grew up in a blended family dynamic. I told myself I never wanted to be in a similar situation as what I grew up in. I actually said that I would never end up with someone with kids, to be honest. And obviously here I am. I have a stepdaughter and I think it's a really wonderful thing. I don't have kids of my own, so it's like it's the perfect balance for me. Getting to bond with a little person and seeing them grow up, it's really special and I'm really happy about it. I have no regrets. That being said, not what I ever thought my life would look like. I think it has a lot to do with what I saw growing up. I have a stepbrother and I also have a half sibling. I remember growing up and he would come and stay with us. I lived with his dad and my mom, and then he lived with his biological mother. And every time he would bring his mom up in a conversation, I could just feel the tension. Specifically, my mother, I could feel like this, I don't know how to explain it other than it was so obvious that there was tension and it was so clear that they didn't like each other. Like, I know that I was definitely told that they don't like each other. And I understand that it wasn't completely in my mother's control how someone else maybe treats her, but also I don't know both sides of the story. But what I do know is that I am trying to do everything different than what I saw growing up. I'm really happy that I'm able to succeed at that. It takes both sides, obviously, and it hasn't come easy, I will say. Like, it just hasn't. Like, you have to put in work. You have to let your guard down. You have to put your ego aside. You have to be comfortable with the fact that not everyone is in the same headspace or like season. We go through different phases of being really open-minded and thinking that being friends with your partner's ex and their child's mother is like, would be like the most fantastic thing in the world and how cool. And then you go through phases where it's kind of like, actually, let's just keep it separate, everything. Let's all be like kosher, and I want to get along, but I don't want to be buddy-buddy. I couldn't be any happier. This is like, it's a huge weight off the shoulders, and I don't know, I know that I'm really lucky to be in this situation. I know that there are people who are like, yeah, as if that would never happen. I wish, but because of this or this, it's just not possible. And I do really feel for you. I just want to say, I mean, it took like over 5 years to get to this point, and there has been, I think, effort from both sides within that 5-year span, and still it took this long. Also, you don't have to be friends with your stepkid's mom or dad or whatever situation you're in. Like that's a personal choice, and it's all dependent on your boundaries and your comfort levels. I think this is going to be a really cool experience, a great opportunity to bond. For me, this works, and I feel comfortable in my decision, and I'm really happy about it. You're back really quick. Anyways, I'm gonna get packing now, and then I will add, hi, you're back fast.
What's up?
You're back really fast.
I did two workouts and a little bit of cardio.
How long were you gone?
Like 45 minutes.
Oh, it was a short one. I'm just finishing filming. Just a couple more minutes.
You want this?
Oh, you got it for me. Thank you.
Or you
I'm surprised it still existed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Don't worry.
It's a baby boy. I love you so much. At this point, I need to pack because it's almost 8 p.m. and I want to get to bed early because it's going to be my last sleep in my bed for a few nights. Look at you, my little workout cat. You are a big boy. Look at that big head and those big eyes.
It takes you into the fall. It's basically, you can
I need to
watch
close that drawer. It's gonna drive me crazy.
You can watch the Office episode that they go to the falls, and you will see what it is.
Oh, that will be educational.
Yeah.
God, I hate packing.
You're fine. It's a short trip.
Shit. Need to go.
So there are 33 50 plus stacks.
Oh.
And there are 20-minute boat rides.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
They take you to the fall, to the bottom of the fall, and then you get soaked. And then,
Wait, is that a good thing?
yeah. You get one of those like.
Can you buy them when you get there, or do you have to buy them ahead of time?
I don't know.
Do they give you ponchos, or do you have to pay for the ponchos?
I'm assuming they will give you ponchos.
I wonder. Like nowadays, anything they can do to suck out every penny.
It says recyclable mist poncho, keep dry from the mist of the fall. So, yeah.
Is this where all the tallest buildings are?
You're my light, shape-shifting structures, I guess it's a good sign. It's my love, my boo, I trust. This love of one in a mil, don't rush. Sure, I'll back it up now. On this track, would you like that? It started with a heart pound, didn't come just like that. Sure, I'll back it up now. On this track, would you like that? It started with a heart pound, didn't come just like that.
I never looked for love. I've been looking for guala. This party is so bomb.
Hello. Oh, I just saw a cat hair fly by the camera. I don't know if you caught that. I'm back from my trip. We ended up going to Toronto. This was my first time ever going out east, and it was so cool because going to Niagara Falls was a bucket list thing for me, and it was just absolutely incredible. It just felt like this magical place that wasn't real life. It was that beautiful. I would love to go back again one day and hopefully next time get to visit New York and then go see the falls from the States side, because it looked like they had a lot going on the other side and I wanted to see what it's all about. So one day. I expected that I'd be filming a little bit more while in Toronto, but you know, life moves quick and we weren't there for very long, so I just wanted to be in the moment as much as I could. So funny story, I showed you guys my luggage and it was pretty obvious that it wasn't a backpack, but I thought, I was mistaken, but I thought that because it was still within the dimensions on the website, like give or take a couple inches, I didn't fill it up fully so you could squish it down to be those dimensions. I thought I was gonna get away with it. And I did not. I ended up having to pay $88 for my personal item, which they counted as a carry-on item. Just going one direction though. Just going from Edmonton. How many times do I have to say this until I get it right? Like, what is wrong with my tongue? Just going from Edmonton to Toronto, I had to pay. On the way back, I was very cautious and I loaded my jacket up and shoved like my makeup bag under the front of my jacket. Anything I could do to not have to pay $88 again. And when I walked up to the counter to board, the flight attendant did not hide her expression well in her face. Like, she took a double take at me. I'm not lying, this is what I look like getting on the plane. This is how I pulled up to get on the plane. And the flight attendant's face was like, it's obvious that I'm hiding something. She must just be like, girl, I get it. Life's expensive. Anyways, it all worked out in the end. One more story I wanted to share. This was absolutely crazy. I just realized when I'm talking about anything related to my stepdaughter, I'll call her mom like my stepdaughter's mom, but I think we're friends now, so I'm just gonna say my friend. It makes more sense this way. I mean, two people don't go on a trip together if they're not friends. It just doesn't happen. My friend has pink hair, and apparently, like, what are the chances there was actually a woman on the run who had pink hair. We don't know what she did. All we knew was she was on the run, she had committed some kind of crime, and they are trying to find her. So in the morning, we arrive at like 6:30 a.m. We go to the hotel, we take a long nap, and then we wake up in the morning and we go run our errands before getting ready to go to the concert. While we're getting ready for the concert, we can see people kind of walking by the window, kind of creepy, but whatever, like, people have to walk by. I didn't really think anything of it. I think at one point we did like close the curtains because it just felt a little uncomfortable how close people were able to walk to the window, even though it wasn't like it was just guys and they were lurking in. It was just women, men, anyone could walk by our window easily. So we close the curtains. We are getting ready. A couple hours later, we call our Lyft, and then we walk out of the hotel room and this vehicle pulls up next to us, and we just assumed it was the Lyft, but there was a man in the passenger seat, and we're like, hey, are you the Lyft? And he goes, no, I'm a cop. And my friend's like, are you serious? And he's like, yes. And he gets out of his car and they show us their badges, and they're like interrogating her, basically asking her what her name is and like when we arrived here, where we're going, all that stuff. And we're like, what is this for? Chevy, that was very creepy. And they said there's a woman on the run and she's in hiding, and they told us after they checked her ID and everything and realized, okay, you're not the person we're looking for, they explained that the girl they're looking for has pink hair, is about the same age, and they were sitting outside our hotel room waiting for hours for us to leave, which is just like, I don't know. I just think it's a really weird story. I hope that they end up finding the person they're looking for and everything is sorted and no one was hurt. The fact that my friend was like a suspect is absolutely nuts to me. So that's all good and fine. We get in our lift and we go to the concert. I'll say Justin Timberlake is a really good live performer. I had so much fun. His music, all his songs, you can dance to them, and it's just like a really good time. At the concert, we met a couple girls and they took us to this club, but we both ended up just feeling really tired. I think the club was called Two Cats. I took a picture because they were selling t-shirts and they were so cute, but we did not last long. We went to the bathroom as soon as we got there and we're like, okay, escape plan. We're freaking tired and hungry. Let's go get food and let's go back to the hotel. So we went right next door. There was this amazing, I don't know if it was like Indian food or a burrito bar, but I'm gonna find the place and link it down below or put a photo right here, because if you're in Toronto, you have to try. It was so good. I wish I had it right now. And their fries too were like the perfect thickness and saltiness. 5 stars. We had to get up for the Niagara Falls bus tour in the morning, and I don't think either one of us wanted to miss that. That was like a big part of this trip, was getting to see the falls. And so I'm so happy that we got to do that. I got a little magnet. Here it is. I think it's the perfect magnet because we got there on such a beautiful day. There was like no clouds in the sky, so the rainbow was always there, and just like I said, a magical place. The only thing it was missing was unicorns flying in the sky. One thing I have to say was I was not expecting, like obviously they give you those body ponchos and you're all covered up, but I did not realize the wind force that those falls produced. Like the second you're nearing them, it gets so chaotic and your poncho's like flapping in your face and everyone's like, wah! And it's just so much fun, so much energy. I would totally do it again. I thought the boat ride was the perfect amount of time. It was maybe like 20 minutes once you're on and off. Such a wonderful experience and pretty affordable. I think it was like $34. On my way back home though, I had the worst layover in Edmonton. It was a 7-hour layover, so it just wasn't quite enough time to go and get a hotel and sleep there. We arrived at like, I think it was 11 at night or something like that. I can't remember exactly, and then my flight the next morning started, like I had to board at 6:30. The Edmonton airport has a lot of options for sleeping, I will say. Like there's little lounge chairs, there's massage chairs, and then there's a bunch of couches. And I was thinking to myself, oh, this is so perfect. I had a couch, I laid down, and then it took me until laying down and getting ready to fall asleep that I noticed I was right beside the walking pad, and that thing does not shut up. Like it is just this man over a speaker saying, warning, warning, this is a moving platform. And then he says it in French and then it repeats, and there was no break. And I had been talking on the phone to my husband before falling asleep. So I think the guy that was trying to nap next to me, he was kind of distracted by my conversation, so he didn't notice either. As soon as I ended my conversation and tried to go to sleep, I hear the guy next to me like exhale in annoyance and then go, God, that's annoying. I really wanted to be like, I know, right? But I just tried to fall asleep. I was so tired at that point. Those are all my little stories within our 36-hour adventure. I think it was about 36 hours, something like that. That city is just, it's like a beautiful concrete jungle. Not my style. Like I like being near the ocean and the forest. Like that is where I feel like I thrive as a person. That's what I find most beautiful, but I totally can see the appeal of living in a big city like Toronto. It is beautiful in its own way, and I'm really glad I got to see it. I will definitely have to go back one day and explore a little bit more, I think, and check out some of the restaurants and sightseeing. I knew this trip was going to be really short though, so the most important thing to me was getting to the concert, seeing the CN Tower, and then going to Niagara Falls, and we checked all those boxes. So it was a successful trip overall. I have so much stuff I need to do today, and I've just been pushing it off because I also like to relax and hang around the house in the morning. I don't like to just get up and go, especially on my days off. I want to like enjoy home. I've definitely taken the morning very slow into the afternoon, so I gotta get going, gotta run all my errands. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.